So my first question is to you, like we have seen some major changes in this IPL season. Like firstly, talking about the rules, we have seen there are two bouncers allowed in an over, and then we have impact player rule. So we have seen many high scoring games, like even the changes as well. So do you think it is because of the impact player rule? Because Muhammad Siraj, even Shami, and Mr. Stark has also criticized this rule for these high scoring totals. So what is your view on it? On it?
See, I feel impact player rule has just allowed people to unlock what they could achieve. It has made them fearless, and that fearlessness is coming through. So it is not necessarily the guy who's the number 8 batter, one extra batter that you can play, but similarly you can also play an extra bowler. But an extra bowler hasn't had the same kind of impact as compared to having an extra batter, because batting can change completely if you are absolutely fearless. If the fear of failure or fear of getting out just goes out of your mind, you play the way these kids are playing now. I think the ball has now, I mean, the ship has sailed a little, in my opinion. We may want to go back to a different rule and remove it. But a lot of teams, a lot of players are going to still bat with this kind of freedom. And once that is unlocked, I don't think there is looking back. What can be done is maybe allow just to understand, because the suddenly the dice is loaded a little more in the favor of the batters. My slightly radical suggestion is that if you have a bowler like a Bumrah or a Pathirana or a Sunil Narayan, there are bowlers who still go for 25, 30 runs in 4 overs. They are not the ones who are conceding 70. So if you have a bowler and if you want to say this is my bowler, I nominate him, he gets to bowl 1 or 2 extra overs every innings. So that may just ease out or balance out things a little more. I could totally understand what BCCI were trying to do by actually introducing impact player rule, and it is also a fact that we have seen more close games night after night as compared to the years earlier before the impact player rule. A lot of games are just meandering along, one-sided contests, but that's no longer the case. So to drive up the entertainment factor, you need to actually ensure that games are closely contested. While yes, there is a need to bring balance between bat and ball, and that can there might be another way of actually doing it. So I do feel even if it gets reconsidered, impact play rule may still actually exist, but we may have another twist to the tail that allows a little more excitement to come through and the bowlers to actually also make a mark.
Do you feel that it is hampering the development of all rounders in Indian cricket? Because we have
But
seen.
that's a correct like reservation or like skepticism with regards to this rule. So it does impact. It does impact if you can't really, like, if you're not a proper four-over bowler, you don't get to bowl. But at the same time, if you were to look at certain players, and let's start with say Hardik Pandya, for example. I mean, he's also got 6 bowling options, but he bowls, and he bowls 4 overs, and sometimes he bowls better than the other bowling options available to him. So an all-rounder, an illusory all-rounder is not going to work. So what this rule has done is, if you are not a proper all-rounder, if you're not somebody who can actually bowl those quality 4 overs, sorry boss, there is no place. It seems harsh. It seems very. I mean, it's cruel, but yeah, that's the way it is. So it is not rewarding mediocrity. Sometimes when you have only so many options and you need to bowl, and there is I mean, just 4 years ago, a lot of illusory all-rounders will come, bowl, and go away. But that did not really actually change the way India was playing at the highest level. India was still without the all-rounders. So yes, we can all, I mean, have an opinion that all-rounders are not getting to bowl, but if you are a decent bowler, I'm sure everybody wants to bowl you, like give you overs. But the fact is, if there is nobody, it should not be a compulsion. It should be a choice. So if you are not a choice, then you will be found out at the highest level as well. So if you are an illusory all-rounder here, bowl 2 3 overs because the standard is not there, the same bowler will get hammered at the World Cup. So I mean, what purpose does it serve then?